Now that we have Christmas over us, we have a bit of time here to take a look at the situation of Gerry Adams and his paedophile family, or brother, whatever you want to call it. First off, it was a dirty act coming out and trying to deflect away from what was happening at the minute, blaming his father, although he probably was a paedophile. But that's beside the point. The problem was with his brother at the minute, who had molested his own daughter. The daughter was 4 years of age. Now, Gerry Adams and the Republican movement knew all about this, and a lot of other people. And it makes you ask the question, if so many people knew about it, especially within the security services, how come it's taken so long for it to get out? Because it was a very obvious tool to use to try and discredit Gerry Adams and his Republican colleagues, because where there's one there's more, and that you can be sure of. Now, Gerry Adams, he's nothing but a terrorist, a murderer, and now he's seen to be involved in the cover-up of paedophiles. Now, that's bad enough, but he then told lies about the whole thing. He's always said that he has never been in the IRA. Of course, Gerry doesn't tell lies, as you all know. Gerry says he was never in the IRA. Gerry also says that once he knew about this, he confronted his brother, and he had nothing to do with him after that. But lo and behold, these photographs have appeared of Gerry Adams with his brother at another wedding, at canvassing on the streets of Dundalk alongside his brother and another well-known terrorist, Hanratty, who was canvassing for himself. Makes us ask, what is going on in this country? What is wrong with our leadership? And what is wrong with the media? That this man's not been challenged. He has been proven to be a liar time and time again, but it seems to be acceptable for the leader of a terrorist organisation. It's bad enough that he is the leader of a terrorist organisation who has murdered and maimed thousands of people in this country, but he's also now connected into a paedophile ring, and he's also been found out in telling lies. Not only one or two lies, wee small lies. These are major lies, where he's tried to cover up his involvement with his brother, and how they tried to cover up the brother involvement in molesting his children, or his child, and perhaps other children as well. Heaven only knows what all is going to be exposed here when it does come out. But the fact is, Gerry has been caught out here. If this was any politician in any other part of the Western world, he would do the decent thing and stand down. But then we're not dealing with a decent person here. We're dealing with a terrorist. Now, we all want peace. Nobody more than we want peace. The last thing we want to see is going back to the bad old days. But we don't have to go back to the bad old days. Why does everybody keep threatening with going back to the bad old days? What we need to see is, if the Republican movement want to be involved in the politics of Northern Ireland, then get rid of your killers. Get rid of your Martin McGuinnesses and your Gerry Adams and the other ones who've got blood on their hands. Get them out of your ranks. If you want to be Democrats, so then be Democrats. But don't be hypocrites, where you have murdered and maimed people and then you have lied about it, where you've got senior leadership who are involved in covering up where their family has been involved in molesting young children, and then expect the Protestant community, or indeed the law-abiding Catholic community, to believe you that you're genuine. Because you ain't genuine. You're corrupt, you're rotten to the core. And the sooner you realise that there's people out there who's not prepared to accept the lies and the deceit and the murder and the blood that you have in your hands belonging to our loved ones, we will not accept these. Gerry Adams wouldn't know the truth if it jumped up and bit him on the nose, because he's told that many lies. He tells you he's never in the IRA. He then said that done a message on the internet where he tells this romantic story about how he was on the wings of the prison, and the prison officers had come in and beat them, and it went all quiet. And then all of a sudden, this sound in the background was somebody starting to sing this song, and then 100 men joined in. The problem was the song hadn't been written for 3 years after it. So Gerry, your romantic ideas and your whole ethos of how the Republican movement works and how badly you've been treated, it's all a farce. Your lies are now being exposed. It's bad enough that American people believe these sort of stories, but I could understand how they could be sucked in by you, because you are very plausible. You wouldn't think that you were involved in a terrorist organisation. You wouldn't think that you come out of a paedophile ring. You wouldn't think that you were the liar that you were. And the romantic cause that you tell about, and especially if anybody looks at that one and looks at your face when you're telling the story about how the prison officers come in and beat all the Republican prisoners, and you were badly beat, but you weren't defeated. All of a sudden this song started, and then all the Republicans joined in. Complete and utter lie.
Always look on the bright side of life, from the life of Brian. I remember that being sung in prison when I was imprisoned after a very, very brutal incursion into the prison wing, and the prison officers beat everybody, and the wing was deadly silent, and then from way down the wing we heard this little voice going, "Oh, look on the bright side of life." And then within 5 minutes there were about 100 men singing that at the top of their voices.
But Gerry, look at your face. I think you actually believe it did happen. But it couldn't have happened, because the song wasn't written for 3 years later. And then we have the situation with your brother. You know, you have to go, Gerry. But this just shows the hypocrite that you are, the liar that you are. And then you have your companions. You have Martin McGuinness, another hypocrite and liar. And then we have the Slab Murphys of this world, again, a hypocrite, a liar. The John George Hughes of this world. People who have been involved in more than their own community. Not just Protestants, but the ordinary law-abiding Catholic people within your community who've seen fit, like a Jean McConville, who've seen fit to go out and help a young 18-year-old soldier who was shot dead. Well, he hadn't died at that stage, but he'd shot, and she went out to give him some comfort. You seen fit for her to be taken away and murdered. That's the true Gerry Adams. That's the type of animal that you are. Gerry, the one thing you didn't do is explain to people why you came out at this time and told what took place with your brother. Perhaps you should explain that, because we have spoken to the intelligence officers, some of them who now are sick to the back teeth, who have come out and have explained to us your involvement with British intelligence. Gerry, it's catching up with you. Not only you, but other people. And that's why you're still alive today, Gerry, because British intelligence protected you. It's an utter and total disgrace, the depths that they stoop to protect people like you. But thankfully a few of them now are coming forward and telling us exactly what was going on. And there's more to come, Gerry. A lot more. And you better prepare yourselves for it.